Hey, hi.
Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, everybody. This is Dr. Lee from Lee Acupuncture. And I have Kristi Acuña, and then she's a local nutritionist. So I'm
Yes.
so excited to have you because you all know, the nutrition and the diet is so important for fertility specific targeted treatment. And I want to hear from the Christie's experience and then her in-depth knowledge because she's very famous in this local community.
Oh my gosh.
So let me introduce quickly her background. So Christy earned her Bachelor of Science degree in Holistic Nutrition from Clayton College of Natural Health in Birmingham, Alabama.
Yeah.
She's been practicing in holistic nutrition for over 15 years in Newport Beach, California, as I said. And she's a member of International Foundation for Nutrition and Health. And through her online counseling, and Christy makes a full use of her expertise by working directly with her clients, no matter where they are located, to customize and dietary programs and then cleanses that help them achieve optimal health. Awesome. I'm seriously, I'm telling you, I have a lot of actually patients now in your care, and I heard about your specific approach. So I wanted to learn a little more and share with our patients and then audience. So,
Nice.
Christy,
Okay.
can you tell us about your practice?
Yeah, so I own Holistic Nutrition Center. Holistic Nutrition Center focuses on finding the root cause of what's causing any health challenges or blockages in the body. There are 6 staff members, including myself, and there are 3 practitioners. So if you're not seeing me, then you would get one of my other practitioners as well. I have turned my focus into fertility and miscarriages, and I turned it late last year is when I really started to focus in, because I had gotten a swarm, like a group of women that were like part miscarriages, part infertility. And we worked, and I've always helped women, but it would never became an actual focus until last year. And I actually started reaching out to women that are having troubles, because as you know, Dr. Lee, so many couples are having a hard time the old-fashioned make love way, conceiving, and they need our help big time. And if they're not seeing us, then they're doing IVF as well. So it's really important to understand, how to navigate the foods, how to understand your body, how it works, how often to eat, what to eat, and how to prepare. And then once you are pregnant, what do you need to eat while you're pregnant? How do you deal with the cravings, the nausea, everything that comes along with it as well. So our practice really focuses on finding the root cause to your health challenges and symptoms. And then we create a specialized nutritional program built just for your body's needs. So there's no client that has there's no client that has the same program. Every program is unique and individual. And so we do a lot of nutritional consulting. It's 70% of our program. We really guide you on, how to understand some labels, reading them, what to look for, brands, ideas, recipes, and little by little, every visit, we're really obtaining a better lifestyle in food and getting rid of those cravings, because that's always the hard part.
That is sugar craving. Oh,
Yes.
sometimes patients actually have some not only sweet, like a dairy product or the coffee. And there's a lot of the individualized, like there some weak point here and there.
Yes,
So you saying
absolutely.
that I was trying to ask you about what made you decide to here in fertility field you specific, because you have other practitioner, but you are definitely focused on fertility. So the actually patient choose you, or do you have any specific like a turning point or make you focus on infertility specific?
That's a really good question. Maybe both. Maybe they picked me and then I found it through that way. It was about 6 women all at once. And I was thinking of really gearing a focus, really getting a focus on, one topic, and just to I guess, shape my career and just start focusing on one area. And I got a group of 6 women all at once. It's not normally like that where they're all coming in at once, but it just happened to be, and they don't even know each other for different reasons, miscarriages and infertility. And it became fun. I love it. Miscarriages is one of my favorites to work with, in fact. And I love working with the fertility, helping them get pregnant if they've never been pregnant too. So we just really focus on the nutrition. And so I became good at it. And so I said, yeah, so I said, okay, this is my focus and I'm having fun. So I really like it. And the fun is when the women get what they want and they can understand how to navigate this food system, and understand about how to shop and feed their bodies and what supplements to do, and how their bodies work. Because I think that we're born into this world without instructions on, right? Yeah. So people need people like you and myself to help guide them on how their liver functions, their brain, what does fungus on the toe have to do with headaches and so forth. So yeah.
I remember you actually. I met you like I think 5 years ago at the first time when I met Kristi. Because you can tell by her right now, she's a fun-loving person, so energetic.
Thank you.
Yeah, going through this fertility challenge, and then specifically if it's miscarriage involved, it's really heartache, and then they need a little encouragement. And somebody like you and their side, and then supporting, sounds like to me is an amazing gift for them. So I truly appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Dr. Haley. That warmed my heart.
Sure. As I said, you are so good at what you do. And I think they choose you, and then you accomplish them, and then you support them, and then make things happen. So you definitely produce what you can do as best. So I think that's meant to be.
Just fell into it.
That's wonderful.
So that's good.
So let's dive into, always a patient asks me about what is a fertility friendly food, or if there's any, can you share some wisdom for our patients?
Absolutely. I love this topic because it's fun and controversial. I do. I tend to be more of a rebel in this area because we've been taught we've been really drilled and wired that we need, fat-free, bread and grains are the healthy fibers for us. And so for fertility, whether you go through miscarriages or you're trying to get pregnant, one of the best things you can actually eat is animal fat. I am a huge proponent of pig fat, which is lard, trying to bring lard back, beef fat, which is also known as tallow, and also duck fat. And these fats, especially pig fat, are drowning with vitamin D. Maybe drowning is an aggressive word, but they consume so much vitamin D, which really can help the thyroid, which you need a good functioning thyroid to get pregnant and hold a pregnancy. So vitamin D can definitely help. And not only that, but the saturated fats are so good at helping to support. They're like precursors for hormones to be produced, and the hormones to park where they need to park in the body and then be metabolized out. So saturated fats are great for providing energy for the body so it can get pregnant and stay pregnant.
Do you have any like a vegetable specific? Because I always, traditional medicine, like traditional Chinese medicine practitioner, we love sweet potato. And I love sweet potato, and then all those vitamin B group, like a vitamin A, vitamin A group. So I do carrots and squash, like something orange. I always say something orange. That's my go-to first. And how about other than just like a big fat group, like because we all try to find a good fat, and then which you kind of change the idea of like a more like animal fat. How about other group other than fat itself?
So vegetables, getting your carbohydrates through vegetables is the best place to get it. Getting our carbohydrates through pastas, pancakes, waffles, breads is not the best place. So I highly recommend making your carbs come from vegetables. And I love sweet potatoes. They're a low glycemic, which means they don't break into sugar super fast. So they're a slow release in the body. So they're a great vegetable. I love sweet potatoes. You can cook it like a baked potato and put butter and sour cream in there if you can handle dairy, and some chives. That's delicious. Or some cinnamon, which will help your blood sugars and stabilize, because cinnamon's a great herb for that. But again, your cruciferous vegetables are fantastic. Your dark green leaf. So your beet leaf greens, you know, when you buy a beet, you have the stem and the leaves on top. So the leaves, those are great, throwing them into salad, or you can even saute them. Chard is fantastic, full of vitamin K and vitamin C. And a lot of good minerals, because the body definitely needs minerals to make these hormone productions and actions to happen. Broccoli, cauliflower. I'm a big fan of the cruciferous, the leafies, the sweet potatoes. Those are more your lower starch vegetables. And so that's why I prefer those mostly. And then I like carrots. Sometimes I feel like a good crunchy carrot, and they're sweet. Carrots can be good. I'm trying to think celery. If you also love crunch. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of vegetables for sure.
Do you have any not a concern? What's your opinion with the dairy product for fertility?
It's a really good question. And so since what we do is specific per each individual, I always, hands down, if somebody's body can actually handle dairy in small amounts, moderation type amounts, I recommend raw milk. Raw milk cheese, raw milk cream. Yes, no pasteurized, no homogenized. You completely lose the benefits of the beneficial bacteria that are in there, and raw milk. And so for those of you that are like, well, what about lactose? I can't handle lactose. Raw milk has the components to it to help you to digest that component in the milk. So usually lactose isn't the problem for anybody lactose intolerant in raw milk, but I love the raw milk. Right now I'm making raw milk cream yogurt because I can handle a little bit. Yeah. So
yeah, in our clinic actually we have a secret. I should actually secret recipe. we call like, it's more like a Western price approach.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah,
it's
so we definitely use the raw milk. And then
I love
eggs, and then we have a special egg quality smoothie. I always share with my patients.
You have to share with me.
I will. So I guess I tried to ask about also intermittent fasting.
Yes.
You see any problems with that, or
okay? You know, intermittent fasting is not my go-to. Now, when clients come in, it's not, you know, fertility or not fertility. It's not my go-to where I'm immediately putting them on intermittent fasting. In fact, usually when they're on intermittent fasting, if they're already on it, they're coming in saying, I'm not feeling good. I've got headaches, autoimmune, all this stuff happening. So what I do is I kind of do the opposite. And should a client want to, once their body is strong enough to handle the intermittent fasting, start dabbling in that by, like, you know, stopping after, not eating after 7, and then, you know, doing like a 12-hour fast, like 7 to 7. I feel okay with that, as long as their blood sugars are going well and their body is handling it, and their health checks that we do. So it really is person to person. I probably have 2 people that do, maybe 3 people that do intermittent fasting right now out of all my clients. So it's not a go-to. I'm not against it. I'm just, it's not my first go-to. I usually have to take people off intermittent fasting to get them stronger. In relation to fertility, whenever a woman is trying to get pregnant, what I can tell is that the body does not have enough energy. That's, I mean, there's all kind of complications that break down, but the basics of it is it doesn't have, if there's nutritional deficiencies and it doesn't have the energy to conceive and maybe not to hold if there's miscarriages happening. So you've got to provide it the energy, which is fuel, and eating every few hours to restabilize that blood sugar and body. And then, usually that's when things get better and happen.
Absolutely great point. Because especially I think the fasting can be one of a stressor. And then if you have like a hypoglycemia, I think intermediate fasting is absolutely no.
Exactly.
Yeah. Thank you.
And so many people have hypoglycemia,
Exactly.
and don't even know it. So they just think they're hangry.
And I don't know why, because they so especially I see a lot of female is more like a reactive hypoglycemia in our clinic. So they have a both component, and then they skipping, and then they're no appetite, and then they're stressed out, I believe. But
exactly. Yes,
so,
I agree.
So you have a busy practice, as I know, and then you might seeing a lot of patients, and you are now getting famous with this all infertility approach with the nutrition aspect. So
that's awesome.
Do you see any like a struggle that many people experiencing in this infertility with maybe just itself or the specific nutrition aspect? Do you see some kind of struggle?
Yeah, I do. I found that with women that go through miscarriages, it tends to be a little bit easier because we know they can get pregnant. The problem is there's just nutritional deficiencies and low energy in the system to hold it. So working on that can be more simple than the infertility part. And I noticed that time and patience can be harder when a woman hasn't gotten pregnant. It can take some time if their period isn't regular, or we're correcting some things in the diet, trying to balance hormones. So I think that the time and the patience levels is what I notice the most. And so sometimes I become a cheerleader. That's my job is don't stop. Trust me, you're doing good. Just keep going.
No wonder people like you so much, because I said that you are truly like, yeah, cheerleader.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really appreciate it.
They deserve it. They need it.
Thank you. So how about people also make some mistake though? So do you see any people make a mistake in this fertility journey with the nutrition specific?
You mean like the client making a mistake?
Like maybe intermediate fasting can be one of them.
Oh, got you.
Missing some.
Yeah, they're human. They are absolutely human. So they will, while we're working on their foods and, I'm really guiding them and walking the path with what to eat, and they'll bring me their food log and they're like, okay, don't look. I drank a lot of alcohol, and then I ate a lot of sugar, or I went away for the weekend with my husband and we, got off track. So I don't know that I would call it that a mistake, but we try and lessen those moments more and more so that we can have a more fresh food, no sugar, try and really keep the alcohol low to out while we're trying to, work on getting the body to conceive and get pregnant. So not really mistakes. I've never looked at it and been like, you made a mistake. But yeah, like getting off track. Yeah.
Yeah. I think also when you try to encourage yourself to eating well and then eating more optimizing, then normally it's a couple. So it can be same-sex couple, and I think the one person not really helping each other. So I think they have to help each other. And I think that component, I'm always encouraging people to be mindful, because the two is stronger than one for sure.
That is so true. I have a couple right now where the husband comes in a lot. He's very supportive, very involved, wants to know, loves everything we're doing. And then I do have some others that, I've never met the husband. So you are right. It is kind of power in numbers when you've got your partner with you. It really does help so much.
So you actually recommend this fertility diet for couple too, like not only the female side? So you actually they the like a client together at the nutrition aspect?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I mean, he'll the partners will
Emotional.
come and just join. Yes, yes, yes. Be like supportive emotionally and be there, and they'll ask questions. What can she eat? If they're helping to make the foods and stuff, they just want to be involved. Yeah,
But
which
I
is
mean, I
great.
just, yeah, I thought maybe if men, because we are recommending a lot of acupuncture treatment, like for stress management for
Oh yeah,
male, even they don't
yeah.
have male factor. But if husband involved or other partner involved eating healthy, they get all healthy, isn't it? It's a fertility diet. It's
Of course.
for anybody.
Oh, it's for anybody. Exactly. When my one of my fertility clients was in last week, he said, "Well, do you recommend that for me?" I'm like, "Of course, yes. Jump in and do this. Just start following everything I'm having her do, and you're going to get healthy along the way. Because yeah, we can't leave out the men. They're providing the sperm, and they're
Exactly.
providing the love and support, and she needs that. So, yeah, your partner is everything. So it's really important."
Good point. Thank you. And always I give one very hard question to the when I
Uh-oh.
do interview. One thing, I always like the shortcut. One thing, if they can improve or change, will dramatically improve your overall fertility challenge. Is there any one thing you can share with us?
What do you mean? If the client can improve?
Right, like their fertility challenge. For example, like as I said, the dairy product, or have some fat, or
Oh, got
something
it.
in nutrition aspect. Because I know you do also testing, the more
Yes.
kinesiology specific, or you do whole, not only food, you also have a whole food supplement, I believe. So
Right.
something you see in your secret recipe, one thing people missing it, or if people doing it and then
I
they can
do.
keep doing it, what can be one thing you think they can change very dramatically, if that?
Well, the one thing they can change actually has nothing to do with food. The one thing that they can change, and this is, my personal experience with clients, and what I recommend is to stop trying. Stop trying to get pregnant. Stop putting everybody on a schedule. Don't put them on a routine. Quit trying all the time, because while you're working with me, we're going to be making changes along the way. So the less stressed you are, and the more fun you're having when you make love, the more oxytocin you're producing, and the more it lowers your cortisol, which is your stress hormone. So I always recommend, while you're making these changes with foods and we're implementing all the good foods, to really try and take the pressure off of you and your partner to stop trying. I
Oh,
want you just to keep everything light, because that's usually where it happens. That's just the one thing that's my advice, that really isn't food.
I love it.
Okay.
I really love it actually,
Oh,
because
good.
we I think this is all joy though. We are in this very difficult zero trimester now, trying
Yes,
to make a perfect for our future child. And I think if you are enjoying it and then the life goes smoothly, it's like a Tao. So thank you so much for sharing.
exactly. You're
I love it.
welcome.
So can you share how people can find you and then your practice, Kristi?
Yes, absolutely. So we're Holistic Nutrition Center. We're in Newport Beach, and you can find us on my website, hncnewport.com. You feel free to schedule a free 15-minute call on our website. You can speak with one of the practitioners, myself or another two. If it's fertility, then they'll schedule you with me, and that's just free 15 minutes to connect with one of us to get more of a deeper, detailed understanding of our services and what we do. And should you feel like, oh, this is a good fit, I'd really like to, then we'll schedule your initial consult. So that's a great way to get to know us.
How kind. And thank you so much for all this cheer and fun.
Thank
You're such an
you.
energizer.
Thank you so much, Dr. Lee. I've had a blast. Thank
You
you.
you are amazing. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for
Bye.
joining. Thank you.